Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro holds a meeting with international observers on the eve of the upcoming presidential elections. Right now we're waiting for images to go live to Venezuela, to Caracas, as the Venezuelan president is holding a meeting with international observers prior to the election day that is about to begin on Sunday, July 28th, a key electoral moment for the nation that will see a new election ahead with over 10 candidates running for the presidency, with 9 of them running for the opposition, and Nicolas Maduro representing the Great Patriotic Pole, representing the people of Venezuela and the PSUV party. So we are waiting to have the images to go live to Venezuela. There we are. We are live in Caracas as the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, is meeting with the international observers. Over 600 international observers travel to Caracas to visit, to witness and see the development of the electoral process that will begin hours from now. Less than 12 hours from now, Venezuela will go to the polls to choose their next president. As we were saying, there are over 10 candidates, over 21 million people will go to the polls, are called to go to the polls to elect the next president of the nation. This is a key moment for the nation, and there has been lots of campaigns ahead as we arrive to this nation. Western media has had a campaign of discrediting the electoral system, but the electoral system authorities of the National Electoral Council has come out and has shown all the timetable, how they fulfill with all the pertinent activities that they had to carry out, with the auditing of the electoral machines, with everything that had to be to guarantee a secure and transparent electoral process that is about to begin in less than 12 hours in Venezuela on July 28th, as the nation, over 21 million Venezuelans, will go to the polls in the territory, and the people abroad Venezuela have been voting for some days now, as they will elect their next president. These are live images as the Venezuelan president is receiving a delegation of the international observers that will participate in the Sunday's presidential election and will testify. We'll be seeing how these elections develop. Just on Thursday, the authorities launched the Plan República. This is the plan that has been staged as a tradition now. Every electoral activity, every electoral day is the plan that will ensure security in the nation as the voters go to the polls. Earlier today in the news, it was known that a group of saboteurs were arrested by the authorities who intended to attack the electric system of the nation as we was preparing for the election. But right now we are live in Caracas, we are live in Venezuela, as the President Nicolas Maduro meets with international observers. As we were reporting, over 600 accredited international observers travel to Venezuela to accompany this electoral process, as Venezuelans choose tomorrow, Sunday, July 28th, their next president out of 10 candidates that are running for the presidency of the nation. In terms of the context that Venezuela arrived to this nation, of the 10 candidates, 8 have signed a pact, have signed a document saying that they will recognize the electoral result of Sunday's voting day. Only 2 out of the 10 candidates did not sign to form the more radical opposition of Venezuela. We must remember that Venezuela has a very secure electoral voting system. It has been praised by many experts that are today in that room meeting with the Venezuelan president as one of the best in the world, probably the best in Latin America. It is known as the horseshoe system, and is very effective and quick, as the polling station is set in a U shape, where the voters, once they arrive there, they go around and they do the whole processes very quickly. In less than a minute they are out, and it's all digital and electronic. And when the voting day is over, the tally of the votes are counted electronically as they cast the vote. And then after the voting ends, they just have to compare to see if the number of people that went to the polls corresponds to what the machines register. In Venezuela, there is no second round. There is no second round. Eventually, whatever the result is tomorrow is the final result. It doesn't matter the distance, it doesn't matter the turnout, which is expected to be high. There's only one day of voting, there's only one moment, and tomorrow Venezuela will know its future president for the next 5 years. As we were saying, the current president, Nicolas Maduro, is at this meeting gathering with over 600 international observers that have arrived to accompany the electoral process that is about to begin in just hours from now in Venezuela. And the National Electoral Council said that the polling stations, almost in its totality, have all been installed and everything is ready for Sunday's elections to begin. It seems the meeting is about to begin. We will probably have statements from the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, and we'll be here to listen to what the president has to say. Right now, the guests are enjoying traditional music, and as we are ready for the words of the president of Venezuela, moments before the presidential election begins on Sunday, July 28th. Let's listen to the president.
Con estas leyendas y glorias del canto, de la composición y de la música.
We just saw the best of our artists.
Me alegró mucho entrar. Yo no sabía que ustedes iban a estar.
I didn't know you were here. You would be here, and that you would be singing.
Quiero saludar a todos los
I want to greet
invitados,
all the people invited, all the international observers,
más de 900
over 910
internacionales.
international guests.
Estaba muy pendiente de tener este encuentro, como ustedes muchos han tenido.
I was looking forward to this meeting. You have had many meetings across the country with
Partidos políticos,
different political parties, the candidates of these parties.
910 invitados.
910 guests, foreign guests, and observers legally
Invitados como tal por el poder electoral
invited by the Electoral
de
Council.
más de 100 países.
You coming from over 100 countries.
Es todo un acontecimiento
It's a huge event,
mundial.
a worldwide event.
Las elecciones en Venezuela.
Elections in Venezuela.
Creo que la inauguración de las Olimpiadas de París,
I think
y
the
las Olimpiadas
opening ceremony of the Paris Olympic Games would actually start on the 29th of July, because Venezuela is the hot topic so far.
empezar con nuestra música, nuestro
So it was good to start with some Venezuelan music.
Venezuela es un país
Venezuela is a country
con una historia maravillosa,
with a marvelous history,
como todos nuestros hermanos países del mundo.
like all the countries in the world.
Nosotros estamos muy orgullosos
We are very proud,
y las mujeres están muy orgullosas
and women are very proud
de la historia
of the history
de este lugar
of this place.
al norte de América del Sur,
At the north of South America, this is a Caribbean country, an Indian country, an Atlantic country,
amazónico,
an Amazon country,
que ha sabido
We will listen to statements from the Venezuelan president as he was gathering, he was meeting the international observers that will be participating tomorrow, in Sunday, July 28th, on the presidential elections that are going to be held in Venezuela. We'll be right back in upcoming news briefs.